Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is Magical Mischief Tour. Today I've got some plans to get back into Mana Artifice. But before that, let's take a quick tour on a little bit of a build that I did. That being this building here. I'm pretty proud of it. I mean, it was just kind of a recovery project of one of these previous buildings, whatever. And it turned out pretty good. I made some of these. And there you go. I mean, I also decorated inside. Now, this is actually not functional. I mean, I could toss something in here and put some rotational power, but it just looked appropriate for the grinding of the stuff. And then I just threw some things down here with some, like, clear frames and some pumpkin seeds and different sacks and stuff. And if I want to go upstairs, I just open up the trapdoor. I look up, and I'm upstairs. And that's pretty much it. And, yeah, I mean, I just wanted it to kind of somewhat look like an actual functioning windmill that is used for grinding, like, flour and stuff. But hey, you know, that's it. That is good. Only problem is, you can't see it from a distance. So let's take a look in the old Oculus and see what kind of stuff we have available to work on today. Let's see. Complete 11 of the 14 tasks, and I've already got... looks like 6 of these done currently, and I know that a bunch of these can also be, you know, completed probably today rather easily. Alright, so we're going to try crafting stuff from your faction at the Mana Weaving Altar. I'm not sure if it really counts as an artifact, but I know it's something that I'm going to need at some point, and that's going to be, I think, on the Mana Weave Crafting. We're going to scroll down to Tier 3. Here we go, Bracelet of Eldrin Power. That actually sounds pretty good, and there's an Eldrin Sight Unguent. But I think I'm going to try and make this. So that requires a mundane bracelet, a mote of magic, and a mana crystal fragment. Alright, let me get these things, and I'll be back in just a minute. Ooh, gonna need to make a new pattern. There we go, 1 pattern, 1 superheated ingot, and 1 hammer. There we go, I now have 1 mundane bracelet, and I can put this in with the rest of these for now. Oh look, I've got a mana crystal fragment. Let's grab that too. And I did a bunch of rituals earlier, so I have some magical motes that I can use. Nice. Alright, 1 bracelet. And it says here, charge with pedestal or hold in your hand and hold right click to charge. You know, I've got a pedestal, might as well use it, get it charged up. Alright, there we go. And now with that, I've completed the craft and artifact from your faction at the Mana Weaving Altar quest. Looking at another one of these quests, we've got complete a Tier 3 ritual, but we also have the perform a Sanctum Invocation ritual and complete the structure. So I think these two can actually go hand in hand. So if I complete this ritual, then I'm also performing the same one and completing a structure. And by looking on the side here, it says rituals. So let's look up Tier 3, Ritual of Homestead, Return, Sanctum Invocation. We also have Summoning, Visiting, and Iron Bell, but I think we're going to do the Sanctum Invocation. Looking at this ritual, it's no simple task. It looks like it requires 4 advanced foci, which weren't too bad to make, just some casting on the altar. But I then need like a Mote of Air, Fire, Water, Earth, and Magic. Ugh, and I think I've only got setups for Earth, Air, and Magic, so I'm going to have to come up with something for Water and Fire. Alright, well this is Earth. And there we have Air. And that's Water. Which, strangely enough, I had to do this one in an ocean biome. I mean, it ultimately makes sense, but it's sad because I had a little spot already picked out for it. And of course we've got Fire, which I have to say is probably the most impressive one I've seen so far. Alright, so I've pretty much got this set up in place down here. This doesn't mean that I'm even remotely ready for what is about to happen afterwards. But at the very least, I can spawn in the building block that I need, or the building block starter. Either way, just need to do this, and I think if I take my Purified Vintium, click here, yep, it will tell me everything that I need for the ritual. Water, Earth, Fire, Air, Magic, and I think that should probably do it. Now this, I've actually never performed this right before, so let's hope I get it right the first time. Hey, no drawing needed. Instead, we have a Sanctum block. Clicking on this, it then creates kind of like this little ghost platform so that we can build upon it. Apparently I'm going to need to remove a bunch of these little blocks that I just made. But this is fine. I actually wanted this to kind of be in this location. So if I open up my Akashic Tome to the Ritual of Sanctum Invocation, and not just Sanctum Invocation, there's a couple of them in here. And you look, there's like multiple different versions. So if you have the Undead or the Fey Court or Demonic Sanctum, you'll want to do those ones. I'm building the Council Sanctum, which it even tells me how much I need of each one of these. So let me get these materials and I'll return. Alright, the first level's complete. Now to continue on with the next one. Second level's complete. Third level coming in. Alright, we're nearing the finish line, I think, at this point. I'm at 84 out of 121, and the levels just keep going up. Alright, and this will probably finish off the last of it. Hey, it's complete. Oh, it looks pretty cool, too, I gotta say. Oh, look at all this. It's got cool particle effects going on nearby. Wait, or is that... That's on me. Do I have Allied Sanctum? Oh, neat. Okay. Allied faction players, when standing near or within the completed structure, will gain a powerful buff to their spell casting, causing more damage with spells and making their buffs last significantly longer. Huh. Cool. And then the rest of it's all information about the undead if you are pursuing that. But I like this effect. Much better than the fart bubbles that vanilla Minecraft gives you. And that did indeed complete a Tier 3 ritual and perform a Sanctum Invocation ritual and complete the structure. There we go, and that should get me a Mana Crystal Fragment that I'm going to need for the next thing that I'm working on. Rune of Arcana, and a Rune of Defense, because I'm going to be making an Eldritch Orb. These are just kind of cool little things. I think I got the materials for that. There we go, one end crystal made. There we go, and that makes an Eldritch Orb, which I could probably just charge up on there real quick while I take a look here. I've got to be pretty close. I've got 10 out of these, and I figure, you know what, we might as well make the last one a little bit more interesting, so why not summon a Wither? But before I do, let me grab this out. Oh, it's still charging. Oh my gosh, okay. So yeah, this is going to be a little bit more interesting. You see how I've got my little spark above my head? This here, if you look, it says Slot Head. So that's where one of my relics is right now. If I put this on here, I now have this little zappy dude following me around and will automatically zap things. Now you can also, as it says here, it can be enchanted to enhance its functionality, which then you've got different options to go through and so on. But I was not able to actually put it in the altar that I have, the cheaty one. So I think it's either needing a regular enchanting table or to be combined with an anvil and book. But as I don't want to give up the relic that I have, I'm just going to put it in here, as that did complete one of these quests. So I think next I need to summon a Wither. Yeah, you guessed it. We're going to be doing this in the Nether. I am kind of thinking I'll do it a little bit further away from this portal, though. And maybe away from these purple pools, because that's just going to be more damage on me and not much damage on it. Though under here looks pretty good. Yeah, that's not too bad. There's just like a few friendlies down here, nothing too much. I don't think it'll fly away too far too quickly. Or at least I hope not. And this just looks good to me. Also, I wore my food down a little bit so I can eat my monster tartar and get my strength bonus. I'm going to be using my Clawgrim Battle Axe and my Impossibow as well as flying after it if I need to. So, wish me luck, and that all goes well. I have my Tea Leaf and my Blaze Heart, so I should be good as far as wither damage goes. The only thing I didn't grab, there we go, is an enchanted golden apple as well. So first monster tartar, then this, then we do this. And hopefully we'll take this guy out without much problem. Oh wow, that one shot took him down half health already. Did I just two-shot the Wither? Wow. Wow. Okay. The explosion did more damage than everything else. I guess I over-prepared on that one. Just the same, I was able to kill it and I now have another star, so that's a good thing. Okay, and there we go. Advance by completing the following ritual. Ritual of the Wizard's Council. Oh, okay. One more ritual it looks like. So I have completed everything. I just need to do that to get to the next tier. Okay, that's weird. I already allied myself with the Wizard's Council, and I guess I need to do that again just to level myself up in this case. So it's just a few items, a couple blank spell books, some books, and emeralds, one more Mote of Magic, which I think I already have. Alright, I think I've got everything set, so let's just test this out. Yeah, it looks about right. So many rituals today. I don't think that I've ever done this many rituals in one video so far. Okay, and with that, I guess I'm leveled up now, right? That should level me up. Oh, look at that. Tier 4, complete 9 of the 11 tasks, advance to the next tier. But first, I must take care of the intruders that keep on coming in from the Fey Courts. Jeez. You need to keep your kids under control over there. Oh, look at this, we already got one done. Obtain an Elytra. Reach magic level 60. Oh, I have a new high-level magic spell. Reach the end, which shouldn't be a problem. Kill the Ender Dragon, obtain Dragon's Breath. Oh, wow, that's a bunch of end stuff. Very easily done. Cast a Tier 4 Cantrip. Freeform spell. Put a spell here and cast it when you perform the Mana Weave combo. Modifiers will not be applied. Oh, interesting. So, So if I take my Felled Oak spell out of here... Got it. Okay. Man, the annoying mosquitoes around here from the Fey Court. But if I take this, can I feasibly put that in here? And then let's make this a little bit easier to do. Alright, left slash should do a regular old like Felled Oak spell, which honestly I don't need to like constantly cast that, so let's just try this. Actually, I guess I should probably clear the area of any hostiles first. Alright, now, nope, not quite. I see a creeper. Get out of here. Now let's try this. So, slash, and then I need to be aiming at that, and it worked. So now to see if that actually did fulfill the requirements for casting that one. Cast for Tier 4 Cantrip, yep. Simple enough. Craft a Transitory Tunnel. Oh. And of course constructs. I haven't even gotten into constructs yet. A spell with complexity 75 or more. Yeah, that's definitely going to happen. Enchant an item with an enchantment of level 3 or more using the Runic Anvil. And upgrade a Rune Forge to a Brimstone Forge using a Brimstone Charm. Okay, a Brimstone Charm requires a few regular ingredients, but one greater Mote of Fire, which is... a Mote of Fire, 2 Blaze Powder, and, oh, Wellspring Energy required. Okay, that's something I don't have access to just yet. I need to look into that. Just the same, that would be really nice. Those are upgrades to these forges. I couldn't remember how to actually upgrade these, and now I definitely know. So if you look in here, it says craft a Transitory Tunnel. I think I might do one of those quick because I think they might be pretty useful. So to get into a Transitory Tunnel, I'm going to need a few ingredients. A clock, simple enough. A Mote of Ender, which I don't have an Ender Mote set up either, so this is going to be yet another ritual. And then, of course, an Ender Rune, which shouldn't be too bad to make. Okay, so the first time that I'm going to be getting into my, well, Mote of Ender room so I can make these in the future, it's going to be a little bit messy, but then after that, once I have the Transitory Tunnel, I should be able to use this method a little bit more regularly. So I made myself, if you notice here, we've already got some pillars, a sealed room. Now, the reason this is sealed, it's because it's very dark in here, there we go, is because it needs absolute darkness for this ritual to work, for me to actually make this Mote of Ender. And it requires 4 pumpkins, 3 black stained glass, and 2 ender pearls. Alright, so I've made a space for a little bit of a doorway entryway in the future. It's not going to be like that at the moment though, and I should be able to fix this. I just made it a little bit, I made all sides equal instead of making one side or 2 sides a little bit skinnier. So that should do it. And now when I try this, there we go, must be performed in complete darkness. So first, let me turn on my night vision, and then let me turn off the lights and try again. There we go. Perfect. Now I just need to place the items. Good to go. Place the block. Oh, cool effects. I love how some of these motes have just like different effects completely. Ah, really cool stuff. There we go. One Mote of Ender. So with my Rune of Ender and my Mote of Ender, I can now perform the ritual. Cool. So this thing, I think some of you might be familiar with how it functions, or at least how it's supposed to function. Can't say I've really used one recently, but I think it's like a portable hole from Thaumcraft. Yep. And you can walk through walls, and this will stay active for about 10 seconds or so. And you can use it to kind of sneak around and get through different places. But you don't want to be stuck in those places in the meantime. You know, like, you don't want to be over here when it comes back down. So I think with this, I'm going to get back out. And that is now my easy way of getting in and out of there with my Transitory Tunnel, which is pretty darn cool. Because I think, can I just use it here? Yeah. I mean, there's like an entryway that I've got down here that I just buried recently. It's just really cool to get around in, and this will make getting around without mining up everything so much nicer. Alright, something else that I've been wanting to do, and that is actually upgrade my bow. You remember the Impossibow? Well, I'm probably going to take it apart and use it for parts. And that is because I think I can make something. Now in this case, well, let me get a bow first. Alright, there we go, a regular vanilla bow. This is not the Impossibow. This is not the Impossibow. That's down here, so don't worry. It's not getting like destroyed or anything. But I'm going to mess around a little bit with this. We're going to change this from a long... right now it's a straight stave, and we can make it a long stave, which does more damage, but it's much longer to pull back. Instead, I'm going to go for a recurve, because I think that I prefer the faster fire rate of that, and that's specifically why we're going to go with it. And I've got some maple planks from all those maple trees that I've been like harvesting earlier on. We're also going to add in a stabilizer made of the same material. There we go. And we're going to switch out the string for some phantom membrane. There we are. And then also on top of that, I'm going to wrap the grip. And this is going to further bring down the draw time as well as increase the damage and stuff like that. There we go. I now have a maple recurve bow, which this isn't enchanted or anything like that, but in and of itself, it shoots pretty quick when you compare it to how fast the Impossibow shoots. Now, it doesn't do nearly as much damage. I do have a lot of buffs going on for the stats and everything that I have, but I can do better than this. And that is where we're going to start a tiny bit of Astral Sorcery. We're going to make a luminous crafting table. Now, I've had this altar up here for some time, and actually now that I think about it, I could probably use my Transitory Tunnel to get down here. This is pretty good. Alright, yeah, there's the entrance. I couldn't remember where it was, but yeah, that makes things so much easier. So if I put this here, will it transform it? I don't think it will unless this actually has access to the sky. So let me mine through here. There we go, and with making a hole in the roof and having this come down, it now opens up this. Now why did I want to do this? Well, let me take you on a little adventure here, and I will demonstrate. This Transitory Tunnel is getting to be a lot of fun. So you remember down underground I had found all of this starlight just kind of sitting around doing nothing? Well, guess what? I'm going to throw a bunch of logs in there and make infused wood. Now the thing is, infused wood I don't think can be used. This is so good. Cannot be used as it is for like bows or things like that. I have to turn them into planks. And for that, we're going to need a resonating wand. Grabbing this, I can then use it to tap on here and create different stuff. So if I put the infused wood in here, for example, let's just put that in place. You see that it'll make a bunch of planks. And in fact, that's what I want to happen. So I'm going to click on here and pow, we've got plenty of infused wood planks. In fact, I've got a whole stack of it. That's really nice. All right, so let's put this maple recurve bow in here, and let's use some of these new infused wood planks, which I think this is like the best wood that I could find. You could do metals and stuff and do more damage, but again, they're going to slow it down considerably. So I'm going to replace the old recurve stave, which means I will also need to replace the wrap as well. You don't get these materials back. So if I do this, though, some of the stats are going to go down because the wrap is removed. So don't think that this is just going to make it worse. For starters, it's going to make it more enchantable, which is good. And then I'm going to replace the maple stabilizer as well. And you can see the amounts that everything was going down before is going back up as well. And this is just me replacing the maple stabilizer on here. Now if I wrap the grip with some of this phantom membrane, you can see the draw time's going down even further. The strength is about the same as before, and I think there's even more durability. So there we go, we now have an infused recurve bow that has phantom membrane wraps and for twined string as well. And as you can see, it does fire much faster than the Impossibow, though if I use it on a target dummy, it doesn't do nearly as much damage. Obviously, that's fixable. All right, we're going to enchant this thing up and see just how much damage it can do before I start doing anything else with it. So let's see. Infinity, always a great one to have. Considering I'm fireproof, flame is also good. Power and punch, can't avoid those. There we go. So it now has, I believe, unbreaking, maximum, infinity on there. It's got power 5. It's got a whole bunch of enchantments on there, basically. And with this bow fully enchanted up, just from that altar, we're doing some pretty good damage. Oh, wow. Okay, so those were crit hits, and we're doing like low end in the 30s, high end in the 50s. Oh, looks like there was a fluke down there at 27. All right, how about the Impossibow? Now this one here looks like it does similar damage stats, but it does have a little bit higher end in there, and I think that's primarily because it's got power 10 on it. It also has poison tip, which I can't get on any of the these bows here because they aren't considered a true bow by the enchanting standards. So this is where I'm going to wreck my bow. You heard me right. I said wreck my bow. I'm putting the Impossibow in here. Plus I'm adding in a Bluke. We're going to disenchant it and add those to the new Infused Impossibow. There it is, power 10. Boy, I got just about every enchantment off of it except for Tinted in Infinity. I am going to keep it kind of in like a Hall of Fame here. I've got like a couple of other enchanted books here that I was keeping on the side just in case I needed them, but I don't think that I will because I was able to get those enchants off. Now, I just want to make sure... Oh, it does work like that. Oh. Alternately, I wonder if I do this and I choose enchant, I put power 10 on here, it costs the same number of levels. Huh, okay, very interesting. There we go, the Infused Impossibow. It's doing some seriously good damage here. Wow. Okay, yep, it definitely works. One last thing before I go. In all my mining trips, I've been collecting these geodes. Breaking these open, you can sometimes get regular mundane stuff. Other times you can get some very valuable and unique gems. And by just breaking these apart, I'm using the hammer over here, you can see. It is just smashing it up. But you can get some pretty good stuff. You'll notice that not everything stacks over here. We've got like a good stack and a half of lapis, but we also have a pristine lapis. We've got emeralds and a pristine emerald. You can get any kind of pristine stuff through those geodes. And with those, you can upgrade your material, your weapons and tools even further, but they will require the pristine version. So make sure you've got a bunch of those before you end up doing that, or having a way of repairing them without those materials. I am thinking next episode we're going to do some adventuring, because this kind of requires me to go to the end. So what I'm going to do is probably get myself up to magic level 60 just by casting some spells, make some new spells, which, by the way, let's have a quick peek and a preview, see what we've got. Touch, Bolt, Self, Projectile Wall Wave, that one's new. Plus we've got Eldrin Flight now. Ooh, interesting. Recall. And it looks like we've got Magnitude and Delay are now options on here. Oops, are now options on here as well. Oh my goodness. I'm going to mess around with the spells a bit. And come up with something for that, and no doubt we'll have this one completed for next episode as well. So those are just things that I'm going to experiment with. It's just a bit of tinkering in a table, so I'm not really going to show that on camera. But same thing with the reaching magic level 60. But yeah, going in to fight the Ender Dragon, I think that sounds great. I mean, heck, we two-shot the Wither, a little bit more surprising than I had anticipated. And then we may also end up going into the Underdark and going into some of the dungeons that are in there. Because when I was in there looking around for just different loot chests from the Mimics, I did find a bunch of just like dungeons that I think that there are some secret dudes in there that have special materials that I might want to upgrade this Clogram Battle Axe with. In the future. But there you have it. Lots of magic progress today. Lots of rituals and stuff. Next episode's going to be a bit of adventuring so we can get ourselves up to tier 5 perhaps. And then upgrade our armor to the super duper version, which makes me like inhumanly crazily strong. Yeah, so if you've been enjoying this video series, please be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to fart. And I'll see you all next time. Don't be afraid to stop by on Twitch. Bye.